And I want to thank everybody for being here on a Thursday night. I know this is not our normal training time. We had a little mishap. I think you guys probably all know of it. We did a 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our Tuesday meeting, and it was just a glitch on the drop-down menu. So I apologize to everyone for that, and I thank you for being here. This is being recorded. I'm getting a few texts from people who can't get on and they can't get in front of their computer. So this is being recorded right now, so we'll be able to play this back for everybody. It'll be in the back office so you can look at things. A few things about me. I'll do this briefly. A lot of you guys already know. I do come from the 403B market, the teacher market. Started 6 years ago. The first thing I ever did was started opening schools. First skill that I learned. I learned that before I knew what an IUL was. And you know how you learn? You go to the school. You show up and you just go for it. You put on the smile and you walk in and start talking to people. And it just kind of happens from there. You learn as you go. Couple of things I want to share with you. I believe in investing in educating myself all the time. I believe in bettering myself. It's something I learned from my mother. She went and got her PhD when she was later on in life, and became a public speaker. Was actually on television and radio in another country, in Australia. Some of you know that story of mine. I went there for about 6 years. And so she taught me at a young age to continue, even though you're done with your formal education, to always invest in yourself. And something I did just recently, if you guys can all see my screen, I just became a certified college funding specialist. It's not something that's mandatory for this industry at all whatsoever, but I did it for myself to better educate myself, to be, what some of the elite in my industry. I want to be, not only a top salesperson, a closer. I want to be educated and know the intricacies of my profession. And so I spent money to go and get myself certified. It was a great learning experience. In the trainings moving forward on Tuesday nights, you're going to be learning all the things that I learned from this certification. I'm going to be playing videos. We're going to be taking tests. We're going to be learning along the way. So by no means do you have to do something like this, but it is something that I do because it's something I believe in. I believe in continuing education. So that's what I've done. So the very first skill that I learned was opening schools. And I had a really good friend of mine. His name is Daryl Cox. You'll meet him one day, I'm sure. I've known him for about 20 years. We've done all kinds of things together, commodity brokers together, stock brokers together, real estate brokers together. We all rode the waves. He taught me about IULs. I taught him about the teacher market. He taught me about IULs, but it was a good market. And one of the tools that we have with one of our major carriers is called the Life Changer of the Year Award, okay? And we use this as a tool to open schools. So when I walk in, when you get appointed with your carrier, with National Life Group, which you all will be if you're not yet, you go ahead and you can get yourself a business card. It says independent agent on it, National Life Group independent agent, along with your College Smart Solutions business card. Now, I've opened about 30 schools in California and about 35 schools in Texas. So I would probably say I've got a lot of experience in doing this. There's many ways to open a school. I think this is probably the best way that I know. If I learn a better way, I will teach it to you. But I know this works. I know my ratio is better than 1 in 4, which is what we teach everybody when we recruit them. But that being said, if we've got the tools, why not use them? So the Life Changer of the Year Award is something that's done nationally. Each individual, a parent, a student who's accompanied by a parent, a staff member of the school, they can nominate up to 3 people who's doing well for the kids. And grand prize is $10,000. $5,000 is a personal cash reward, and $5,000 is a donation to the school. In the state of Texas, they can't accept a donation, but they've got other ways around it. Doesn't really matter. There's 4 runners up at $5,000. There's 10 runners up at $3,000. There's a cash spirit award of $5,000, and new this year is what's called the Spotlight Award. The Spotlight Award this year is somebody who works in administration gets the $5,000. So that award specifically goes to an administrative staff who's doing well for the kids. So there's 17 cash prizes in one. This is a nice collateral. This is a nice piece. You see the gentleman down here at the bottom. He's actually a football coach. He won it in 2014, 2015. So there's really good stories. It's a really good way to get into the school. No one's going to turn you down when you hand that to the receptionist. Okay. So we start with this. We have a script for the receptionist. Receptionist gatekeeper script. The first thing you do is you walk in with a smile. Actually, before we start there, I want to talk a little bit about what to wear. Okay. Now, when you're in front of potential clients and you're doing a seminar, I'm not a huge believer in ties because I come from Southern California, but you need to look professional. You need to look smart. You need to look, I have no problem putting on a suit and tie, giving a seminar, or at least a nice coat and a very nice shirt. That's different when you're walking into a school. Walking into a school, it's my opinion that you want to be more casual. Dress pants, nice shoes for men, nice attire for women. And I don't recommend polo shirts, but what I do, especially in the hot months, is I wear a long sleeve button-up shirt and I roll the sleeves up. Okay, I roll the sleeves up, and it's more casual. It's more presentable. I find it's a little more diffusing. If you show up with a suit and tie on, you're selling something. I guarantee it, and their guard's up immediately. So that's something that I've noticed over the years. Seminar, different story. You're talking in front of parents. You need to probably look a little more professional. I'll agree with people on that. Can you get away looking a little casual? Yeah, but I think you're hurting yourself in your lead count. But when you're walking into a school, men, you can have nice slacks on. You can have a button-up shirt, long sleeve. You roll the sleeves up in the hotter months. And that's perfectly fine. I think that works well. So the first thing you're going to encounter is the front office person. It's usually an office manager, a receptionist, a gatekeeper of some kind. The first thing you want to do is introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Brian from National Life Group, College Smart Solutions. We handle the 403Bs retirements for the teachers. They kind of know this already. They get people like this walking into their school all the time. And so I get my 2-page, my front and back page Life Changer of the Year award, and I put it in their hands. And they grab it. Instead of taking all the time, we want to give back to you. So first, I want to share with you the Life Changer of the Year award. This is where you nominate someone from the school who's doing well for the kids, such as yourself. Grand prize is $10,000. $5,000 for the school, $5,000 for the winner. There's also 4 runners up at $5,000. There's 10 runners up at $3,000. A Cash Spirit Award of $5,000, and a Spotlight Award, especially for administrative staff, of $5,000. So the 17 cash awards and all. Second, we specialize in getting financial aid for students. Now, financial aid comes in 2 forms. There's loans that have to be paid back, and there's scholarship dollars that do not have to be paid back. So we help families pay wholesale price for college and not retail. What I'd like to do is get 5 minutes with Principal Smith to talk to her about our free services for the families. It's basically simple. You want to keep it simple. You don't have their attention for that much time. And then you got them right there. They'll go, hold on a second. And they run off to the back room. Either the principal's there or they're not. If the principal's not there, they're off campus right now. And that's fine. Sometimes they'll put you right in front of the principal and you'll walk you right in the room. And they'll duck away for a second and they'll come back and say, yeah, we got 5 minutes. Come on in and talk to them. And then you go from there, because that's your goal. You want to get to the principal. If they are not there, you have to leave behind some stuff. Thought I had it up. You're going to leave behind this. Okay. It's 4 pages. It reads like this: College Smart Solutions works with schools, businesses, and other organizations in Texas. Obviously, you're going to edit that for your state and surrounding states to provide an educational program that helps families reduce their loans and out-of-pocket costs for college education. I'd like to schedule a time for a brief 5 to 10 minute conversation to give you an overview of how we benefit families with college-bound children. We provide our presentations to parents at no cost to your organization and no cost to the parents that attend. Please contact me in the phone number and email address below, and you leave them this package. You leave them your business card, the Life Changer of the Year award, and this 4-page packet. Page number 2. Our process. College Smart Solutions works closely with schools, and we have developed a very successful process to maintain mutual beneficial relationships utilizing the general process outlined below. First thing we do, and this step gets skipped a lot. It depends on the principal. If they really want to know what you're doing, we'll certainly go over it with them. But you want to tell them that, yeah, we'll schedule a 10 to 20 minute conversation with the leadership of the school to explain our concepts and the information we share with the parents. It is during this dialogue that we can assure our message is in alignment with the values of the school, and if necessary, we can adjust our message accordingly. That makes them feel at ease a little bit. Most schools increase attendance at the event by utilizing email marketing. So we're going to provide you with an email that you can send out to all of your parents and invite them to the workshop, to the seminar. We want to secure a date and location for the event. We'll provide email invitations that can be sent out. We'll handle all the RSVPs, so you don't have to worry about your phones blowing up at the receptionist level if you want. If you want to be in charge of that, you certainly can. Comment sheets are passed out at the event to all attendees. We provide you a copy of all the comment sheets that we receive, good or bad or indifferent. Every single person, you're going to get to see them in the school. No individual will be contacted for follow-up after the event unless they specifically request to do so on the comment sheet. So we're not going to hound all these parents. If they want to meet with us and they request, we certainly will meet with them. But you want to explain that to them. Benefits of the program. For the school, college planning education is a high value added benefit to parents with college-bound family members that sends a message to the students that the school values education. A decrease in family stress as they learn how to better prepare to cover the cost of their child's education. An increase in parent morale as their students attend more prestigious universities. One-on-one private consultation for those families who need additional time to plan for college. Benefits for the parents. Develop college aid planning, concepts that lower their out-of-pocket costs by increasing their eligibility for funding. Get assistance completing and filing the FAFSA form so that they can maximize their benefit. Uncover additional monies in their own personal finances that they may be unaware of, which can be used to ease the burden of high cost of college. Learn how to structure their finances so they are not penalized with a higher expected family contribution, which then qualifies them for the maximum amount of financial aid possible. Get help with the locating and negotiating of grants and scholarships. Find out how their out-of-pocket expense for some private schools can actually be lower than public schools. Find out the amount they can expect to pay based on the need met, the amount of grants versus self-help aid, loans, and family and work study for each school that they are considering attending. Discover the biggest myths, best strategies, and must-do action steps for college financial planning, and receive custom solutions based on their personal goals. The cost of the program. College Smart Solutions process is educational. There's no charge to the school or its parents. Partnering with schools allows us to keep our marketing and communication costs to a minimum. We grow our business through referrals from businesses, schools, organizations, and families. We are not affiliated with any products, companies, or universities. If a family takes advantage of any of our financial programs, we may be compensated by a third party. So that's what we leave behind if the principal's not there. There's some nice testimonials that the people before me have achieved. So I appreciate them gathering these things. We're going to use them as a collateral to leave behind. And so it gives us some credibility, and you'll get phone calls. Believe me, follow up with. Here's what I do. I walk into a school, principal's not there. I leave on my package. Thank you very much. I'll walk back to the school the next day, or the day after, or 2 days later. I'll keep coming back. It's one time I went to a school 3 times, and they obviously said, look, we have somebody that does this. It's not going to happen. It was one time out of a couple hundred schools I've been in. It doesn't hurt to show your face. It doesn't hurt to show up. It shows them that you're committed to working with their school. So don't be afraid of just stopping in and seeing if the principal's there. Don't pick up the phone and call. If they call you, great. Don't pick up the phone and call. It's not gonna get you anywhere. You need to show up. You need to go to the school. It's probably close to where you live. Plop yourself in there if the principal wasn't there and see if you can get that 5 minutes. So that's if the principal's not there. If the principal is there, you're going to go to, hold on a second. The principal script. Guess what? It pretty much says the same exact thing. You're going to let them know who you are. Hi, Mrs. Smith. I appreciate you letting me come in and have 5 minutes with you. My name is Brian Gunnarson with National Life Group and College Smart Solutions. We handle the 403B's retirements for teachers. Instead of taking all the time, we wanted to give back. So first, we have the Life Changer of the Year Award. This is where you nominate someone who's doing well for the kids. Grand prize is $10,000. Now $5,000 goes to the nominee, $5,000 goes to the school. There's also 4 runners up at $5,000. There's 10 runners up at $3,000. A cash spirit award of $5,000, And this year they have a spotlight award of $5,000 that's specifically just for admin, people like principals and office managers and things like that. So there's 17 cash awards in all. Second, we specialize in getting financial aid for students. Financial aid comes in two forms: loans that have to be paid back, scholarship dollars that do not have to be paid back. We help families pay wholesale for college and not retail. What I'd like to do with your school is have a seminar. Here's your flyer. Here's what you're going to give them next. Yeah, I thought I had it up. I did. Okay, here we go. This is the reason why it's dull is because it's the edited version, but it's more vivid than this. You're going to put this in their hand. After they've looked at the Life Changer of the Year award, you're going to give them the real thing. You're going to give them College Financial Planning Workshop. You're going to put this in their hand. Okay? It's editable. You can put your picture over here on the right. Down over here on the left, you can put your address and put all your details, right here in this section. So it's relevant to you. That's the part that's editable. And then you're going to go back to your script. Okay? This is a free workshop. They will learn, parents, or they will learn proven strategies to maximize sources of free money, gifts, grants, and scholarships. This way students can get into the college they want to, not the college that they can afford. When would be a good date? What we'd like to do is set up a workshop for your parents. When would be a good date that we can talk with your families? So you want to just get to the point. There's going to be a dialogue back and forth that's going to happen, and they're going to ask questions. They're either going to stop you and ask. They usually don't. They usually let you get about a minute or two's worth of speaking in before they want to start talking to you. First thing they're going to ask you is, do you charge? What's this cost? Even though you've said it, they're going to ask you anyway. That's what they do. So you want to ask them for the deal because you're a salesperson too, and you want to be clear on what your intentions are. My intentions are I want to set up a workshop, a seminar to talk to your parents, to give them all this information that I have in my head that can better utilize that can help the kids lower their expected family contribution and get more financial aid for their kids. So that's the ultimate goal. You know that, but you got to relay that to the principal. So you need to ask for it. You need to ask for the deal. When would be a good date to offer this to your families? When can we set up this workshop? When can we set up this workshop right here? And also, Mrs. Smith, this is Principal Smith. This is the actual PDF that you can email out as the invitation for your students. We can put date and time on here, and we can construct an email and time and the location. But we find this to be a very effective tool to get people in to want to learn more. People that want to get their kids to college-bound students. But these parents are going to want to know more because it's a path that they haven't taken before. So they're going to want to know about this. And so that's going to lead to a question and answer type thing. And I only have 3 of the basic questions. I mean, they can go off on teachers can go off on a tangent. So, but the very first thing you're going to get is, are there any cost to your services? The answer, no, we never charge for our seminars. At the end of the event, we do pass out comment cards. If a family specifically asks to meet privately to discuss their personal situation, we don't charge for that service either. So there's never any money out of the pocket of the parents whatsoever. Well, then how do you make money? Well, if a family decides to take advantage of our financial programs, we may be compensated by a third party, but never by the parents. So and then you can kind of get more detailed. The whole objective of parents getting more financial aid is lowering their expected family contribution. Just like the objective of your 1040s is to get your taxable income, right? Your CPA is going to help you get all your deductions and everything to get that lower taxable income. Well, we're here to organize their finances. So at the end of the FAFSA form, that bottom line dollar, that expected family contribution, we want that to be as low as possible so they get more financial aid. So and the way that we do that is reorganizing their money. Some of the things that occur, if parents are contributing to a 401k, you get penalized for that on your expected family contribution. If some of the parents have money sitting in a checking account or just sitting in a money market, just sitting somewhere, you get penalized for that. So by reorganizing those funds into products that are safe, that have no risk of loss ever, and putting those into products, we can actually rearrange their funds so they get more less penalized in the expected family contribution, and they get more financial aid. And some of those institutions may may pay us a commission for doing that. And that's the way that we make money. So you can elaborate on that. It's very hard to write that all out in a giant answer right here, but you guys all know what we do. You know what our profession is. We take their money in things that penalize them, we put them in things that don't. And our license, we don't need to get into life insurance. You don't need to say IULs. You don't need to say annuities. You just say products. That's the best way to do it. What do you need from me? They're going to ask. Okay, well, this all sounds great. Well, what do you need from me? Well, we need to secure a date in the evening, preferably at the school. We can use your auditorium, I would imagine. I can email you the invitation to send to the parents. We can handle all of the RSVP and things like that. If you have a projector and a screen, that would be very helpful for us because we use a PowerPoint for the presentation. And at that point, they may ask to see the PowerPoint presentation, and you can show them. We have the video of Bill that we can show them, or you can just show them the power presentation and click through a couple of pages. I tell you, they're not going to want to see the whole thing. They will want to be there on the night, but they probably won't want to see that. They don't have that much time. You're going to be in and out of there in 10 minutes, and then they're probably going to go straight to their office manager and ask for the calendar. Hey, just take a look at our calendar. Let's see what's going on. And so they'll bring in the office manager to help organize that. So that's pretty much how the process goes. And the best thing you can do is just keep showing up at that school until they say, hey, look, we're just not going to do this. Okay, that's fine. Not everyone's going to do it for whatever reason. You have no idea. Their brother-in-law, their sister-in-law, their mother-in-law could be a financial advisor. Who knows? You don't know what the reason is. But the good news is we have lots of schools. There are tons and tons of schools, more than you could possibly even imagine handling. And you only need 6. Once you have 6 schools, you're done. You're so busy. You have somebody like Nancy Versosa who got what she did, 118 people show up at a seminar and booked 48 appointments this February, March of this year. That's slammed. You're busy. You're busy writing business. So that's a good thing. That's what we're after. 1 school a month. You probably aren't going to work 3 months in the summer. You might have an all year round school that you can get one seminar in the summer, but you kind of space them 3 weeks apart, and you kind of make the flow happening, and you keep the system going. In the summertime, I find, one objective when you get to somebody is you don't want to sit there and data dump on them, because if you do that, you're never going to make a sale. They're going to say to you, you know what, you've given us a lot to think about. We'll get back to you. That's going to be the answer. What you're going to want to do is start them on the right path to a savings plan. The very right path for them is opening up an IUL. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go for business. So once you set that seminar, your intention is you've already taught them everything on the webinar. When you're sitting down with them, you're finding out how old their kids are, where their money is, and you're taking a look at everything. You see $500,000 on the money market. You do not talk about that. You note that's where the money is, but you talk about, oh, I'm contributing, $8,000 a year in my 401k. My husband's doing this. None of it's free money. We just thought we got to do something. So this is what we decided to do. You want to focus on redirecting the money that they're currently saving and putting it into an IUL. If they're not currently saving, well, you need to show them the numbers and go through the calculator. And Dewey's done a great webinar on that before, and we'll do them again. But we're going to show them what the cost of college is and what it's going to, what you need to start saving. So your idea is to walk out of there to gain a customer and to gain a customer in the IUL product. You can go back to them in the summertime and talk to them about their $500,000 they have in the mutual fund just sitting there and might be losing money or might be at risk. And then you could talk about going into an annuity. You don't want to hit them all up at the same time. People, you'll never make a sale. It just won't happen. It'll drag on forever. Well, another thing that we're going to put all this stuff in the back office. Another thing. This is a FAFSA form. If everyone's ever seen this before, it's 10 pages. This is the July 2017 to June 2018. It's familiarize yourself with this a little bit. A lot of the times we're college funding, so we're going to start accounts for people who have 10-year-olds. So we're not going to deal with this as much as you think, but you are going to deal with it. So you need to know what it is. So here's a copy of it. We're going to put this in the back office, but it's bigger than an easy. It's bigger than an easy form for taxes, right? So it's pretty much involved, but at the end of the day, the whole concept is they're trying to get to their EFC, asking questions to the student, asking questions to the parents, and that's what they're looking to do. So we're going to put that in the back office as well. But the Life Changer of the Year Award, great tool, great icebreaker. You have it in your hand, you print it out on nice stock, okay, front and back. You want to have it be a nice card level thing. Pay the extra 6-8 cents to get it on a nice card. Don't need to laminate it. You're going to leave this with them, but get a nice colored copy and put it in their hands. Have your business cards. I suggest when you do get appointed with National Life Group, get a National Life Group business card. It's easy to do. It'll say independent agent on it. And then you're going to have your College Smart Solutions business card, the orange and black one with your credentials on it. Hand them both the cards. It's perfectly fine. And if you want to do continuing education, you can ask me about it, but it's probably not something you need to do today. But I recommend investing in yourself. I recommend always investing in yourself. I've done all kinds of courses. It started, my mother got me on it when I was a kid. I did the Tony Robbins Fear into Power course at age 10, walk on hot coals. And then from that age, I kind of learned that there's other ways to educate yourself rather than going to, school, going to K through 12 in college. And there's all kinds of, you can always try to better yourself, in my opinion. And you'll be doing that on Tuesday nights with me. I'll be training you on Tuesday evenings. We'll have some guest trainers from time to time to step in and help out. But for the most part, I've been tasked to train you, to teach you everything you need to know to make money in this industry with our company. And so I'm happy to have that role. So use the tools that I'm going to give you. Read over this thing. It's really cool. The Life Changer of the Year Award. The teachers love it. The administration loves it. You always get a smile on your face. It's a great icebreaker. You put it in their hands. You got a big smile on your face. You shake their hand, and you put that in their hands, and you talk about, possibly getting cash into some of their teachers' hands or some of their personal hands. You tell them about that Spotlight Award. The Spotlight Award this year, if you read it, it talks about the spotlight being. Hold on a second. It is given to an exemplary employee in a particular discipline each year. For the 2017-18 year, this award will be given to a nominee who works in office support. Point that out. Go ahead and use that. Go ahead and use the special award created this year just for people that do exactly what that office manager does. Let them know that we care about them, that we're thinking about them. So use the tools that we have. Let's get in front of principals. Let's ask for workshops. Let's say, here's what we do. I'm an expert in this. Here's what we've got lots of experience. We're a nationwide company. We're in thousands of schools, and we'd like to be in your school. How do we do that? What do you think? And let them ask questions. Their process is going to be a little bit different, but that's what you want to do. You want to ask for the appointment. I think that's about everything I want to show you tonight. We've got the cover letter, so that'll be there if they're not there. If they're not there, we're going to drop this off with them. So I do have something else. We recruited somebody who wrote a book actually in college. I won't go into it tonight, but he wrote a book. It's called Parents Who Give a Damn by Bruce Gunnarson. He's one of our new recruit agents that you'll see along the way. He's not on tonight, but he actually was doing this business, and we kind of ran into him on Craigslist. It's amazing who you meet. But we'll be going and diving into parts of this book as well. There's some amazing facts about schools and colleges that we can probably utilize to help us as a tool. So that's it, everybody. I want to thank you for being here on a Thursday night. Any of you ever want to call me or text me, feel free. Those of you who don't have my cell phone number, it's 208-991-6822. Again, I'll give you a second to grab a pen. 208-991-6822. Call me up. I'd like to talk to people. I'd like to, help out. If you've got some information for me, please tell me. I want to know. You guys are out there in the field every day, walking into schools, talking to teachers. Tell me your experiences. I want to share them. If you've got something that works great, tell me. I'm going to share it with everybody because we all want to help everybody because we're a team. It's the mastermind concept in Think and Grow Rich. We get a lot of people aligned on the same goal. It's amazing what we can do. Kind of reminds me of social media, where there's enough feelers out there in the world. They all come together and meet. This is us. This is our network. This is our team. This is our agency. We're going to grow together, and we're going to only get better by experience. And I want to know what everyone's experience is, and believe me, they want to know what your experiences are also. They want to hear the success stories. We're going to start doing leadership meetings next year. We have a lot of new people that have their first schools in January. We're going to talk about them. We're going to see what everybody's done and how you succeeded, how you did it. We want to know this kind of stuff, and we'll be talking about that on a weekly basis starting in January also. So I want to thank